I want to introduce you guys ready for the show? I want to introduce you to a comedian who's been performing here and performing at the Snap. It's a little north of here. He's from New York as well, New York, New York. Give it up for my man, John Butera.
Give it up for the Boston Guido, everybody. He's sexy, isn't he? Look at that nice shiny head on his head. Look at that, beautiful. Got a lot of beautiful people here today. This is nice. I like this. Beautiful people here and here. Not so much over there. Just kidding. This is good. Lighting is good here, right? You guys can all tell him a fat fuck, yes? Oh, I love to be fat. Who's fat and proud? Raise your hand if you're fat and proud. Oh, it's awesome, isn't it? I don't have a dog or a cat, so sometimes I just pet it. It's okay, boy, it's okay. Ah, it's fun. It's awesome, I love it. You know, there's so many advantages to being overweight, you skinny people have no idea. Right? Like, you guys look at a menu and you say something stupid like salad. Horrible. Right? For example, no one's ever going to say to me, hey John, do me a favor, could you hurry up and get that for me quick? That don't happen. There's only two things I do quick, that's Nestle's and open the refrigerator. If you ask my wife, there might be a third. You didn't really need to laugh at that much, thank you. Another great advantage of being overweight, right? You skinny people, if you want to get high, you got to take drugs. If I want to get high, I just bend down and try to tie my shoes. True story, I tried to tie both sneakers without coming up for air, I almost suffocated. Is there a fatter way to die than tying your shoes? Imagine an obituary the next day, death by Adidas, it'd be fucking horrible. Gotta be careful though when you're overweight, right? You gotta go to the doctor. I go to the doctor, so Mr. Butera, you're in fact obese. I say thank you. She's like, no, you don't understand, your BMI is 40. I was like, holy shit, my Big Mac intake is 40. It's pretty accurate, it's pretty accurate. She's like, you don't get it, you could be fit for the sleeve. I was like, oh my God, I'm not fat. And then I realized I was the eye doctor and this bitch had no right to tell me anything. Up here, lady, not down here. Bitch. That's fun, right? Who likes getting older? Anybody here like getting older? See, I like getting older because the alternative is death. So I like to keep breathing. You know what's crazy about getting older? Weird things happen, right? You can't wear the same things till you wore like 15, 20 years ago. You look weird. We're from Tennessee. I will always keep one pair of cargo pants though. You need something to wear to the movie theater, right? You got my M&Ms, my Twizzlers, my Snow Caps. That little loop for the hammer, it's where I put my thermos. Back pockets where I keep my popcorn. I know what you're thinking, John, isn't it really uncomfortable with all that shit in your pants? It's always uncomfortable when you have shit in your pants. Looking at the crowd, some of you know. I'm just kidding. It sort of depends. I know, that was too easy. I apologize. That was too easy. That was too easy. I apologize. No, but really, it's crazy though, right? Like us men, things in our body, when we get older, they just grow. They grow and they grow, and ladies, unfortunately, not the area you wish you would grow in. Nope. That sort of just disappears. I don't know where it's going. It's not cold, but it still wants to go away. Right? It's crazy. It's horrible. But I will tell you this. I saw this guy walking down the street the other day. Looked like he had a hand on the side of his head. His ears were enormous. Like 3 times their original size. Ironically, he couldn't hear shit. I swear to God, the other day I smacked myself right on the side of the face. I thought I had a spider or bug something crawling on me. It was my ear hair circling around tickling my face. Fuck does that start happening? Right? I'll be honest with you, this is what I do for a living. I'm a stand-up comedian. I do about 25, 30 shows a month, and I have a lot of free time. I had this thought the other day. I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 soon, but I was thinking to myself, as I get older, maybe into my 50s, my 60s, maybe my 70s, right? I wonder if one day when I sit down to go to the bathroom, if I'm ever going to teabag the toilet bowl water. I will, thank you. I'm close, because every once in a while I feel missed. I wonder when I sit down in a blaze of glory and they splash down, how's it going to feel? Exhilarating, cold? Yeah, like, how long am I going to leave it basting in there? 2, more importantly, are they going to float because they're in a bed? I don't know. Like I said, I got a lot of free time. You guys are great. Married people? You have married people in here? Yeah? Wow. Some very unhappy married people. Yeah, right? There was one guy in the back did like the raptor claw. He's like, I feel your pain, sir. I'm married. Actually, I love my wife. You know what's crazy? A lot of people complain about their love life, right? They're like, oh, my love life is over. Sex life is done. Not this guy. I married myself a spicy Latina. That's right. Any Latinas in the room? Latinas? Only a couple. Good job at the door. I know. The rest are in the kitchen cooking and cleaning. It's fine. Don't worry, my wife's not here. I'm still not getting laid tonight. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love my wife. I learned a very valuable lesson by being married to a Latina, and that's how to sleep with one eye open. You shank you right in the middle of the night. You guys are great. I will tell you this though, I do love my wife. I do. She looked at me the other night, she's like, honey, I love you. So happy we're together, you're the best I've ever had. That's not the punchline. I looked back at her and I said, because I wear a CPAP mask. Sleep apnea, bringing love into the bedroom, baby. Who else has sleep apnea in the room? Anybody? A couple people? This is a room full of liars. Holy shit. There are 3 people raising their hand. All right, it's fine. I'll tell you this much. I think it's hilarious, right? However, if you don't have sleep apnea and you snore, it's cute. It's like, right? It's cute. It's adorable. If you have sleep apnea and you snore and you don't wear the mask, it's fucking terrifying. I know you can relate. Ready for this? It looks like the first time you ever had sex, right? The first time you ever had an orgasm. It's like... I think I pulled my neck. Funny, true story. I am going to hurt myself doing that one time, I know. I'm going to be like... true story, I slept over my sister's house. She used to live in Manhattan. And her and my brother-in-law were standing over me when I woke up. And I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? They're like, do you realize what you look like when you sleep? I'm like, sort of, but not really. So they showed me a video. They fucking recorded me. For 34 seconds, I wasn't breathing. Now, you can think that's funny, but realize this, 33 seconds went by, they didn't think to try to fucking wake me up. I'm sitting there watching myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking dead. What's wrong with you guys? Oh, it's horrible. It is, it's crazy. I spoke to my friend the other day, I haven't seen him in a while. I was like, hey Matt, what's going on? He's like, nothing, I'm with my son Jason. I'm like, that's cool, what are you guys doing? He's like, oh, Jason's doing his chores. If he finishes his chores in time, I'm going to take him to the MOVIES. I'm like, did you just spell the word movie so Jason doesn't know where you're taking him? He's like, yeah, why? I go, isn't he 17? Maybe you should take your dumbass son to the LIBRARY. That's good. About half the room knows I spelled library. That's good. I'm not about to say, that ain't a library, it's lobberry. No, raspberry, blueberry, lobberry. We got a snorter. Just, I heard that. That's great. I have a cousin who unfortunately was born blind. His name is Joey, and I love him. He's a great kid. And I said to him, like, Joey, how are things going? Because I know when he was younger, he got bullied a lot. It was tough growing up. He's got a lot of confidence now. He's in his late teens, almost 20 years old. He started dating, right? I'm so proud of him, so happy for him. He went on this date recently, and he said, Cousin John, everything was going great, and then it didn't. And I'm like, well, what happened? Explain to me. He goes, well, we went out to eat. Awesome. We went back to her house. We started making out. I'm like, good for you. He's like, thank you. He's like, I even undid her bra, and I was playing with her boobies. I said, you're an adult, don't say boobies. He said, okay. He's like, and then I had to get up and I left. I go, no, that's when it gets better. He's like, no, I had to leave. I'm like, why? He goes, well, I was reading the braille on her left nipple, and it said made in China. I'm like, okay, so she had fake tits, who cares? He goes, yeah, but the right nipple said my dick's bigger than yours. I would have had to leave. I would have left. Any fans here of Sesame Street fans? I don't mean now, you creeps. I mean when you were kids. One guy in the back's like, I love Elmo. I used to be a sports broadcaster for WFAN Sports Radio 66 in the Fan up in New York for a number of years. I used to work with the Mets, Knicks, Rangers, and St. John's basketball. Thank you. Yes, I was a play announcer for St. John's for a long time. And I loved it, but the coolest thing was that it was in the same studio, in Astoria, Queens, Kaufman Studios, where they filmed Sesame Street. True story, one day I'm walking down Sesame Street, in front of me is Big Bird, holding his head, smoking a cigarette. True story. Next to him was Snuffleupagus doing the exact same thing. Could you imagine if I was like 6 or 7 years old, how traumatic it would be to see a decapitated Big Bird and Snuffleupagus with just smoke rising from their necks? Crazy, right? Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Sesame Street no longer has their new programming on PBS. You guys know that? It's now on HBO. Right, so it's pretty cool because now that it's on HBO, they can make the programming a little bit more adult. For example, Bert and Ernie can now finally sleep in the same bed together. Right, they took out the nightstand, put the twin beds together. Right? We finally get to find out what the rubber ducky's really used for. They always said it made bath time lots of fun. Now we know what they're talking about. Oscar the Grouch going to find out in his garbage can. I think it's a meth lab. You ever realize when he opens the lid, steam comes out? He's always disoriented. Makes perfect sense, right? Cheech. I'm talking about the friggin' Sesame Street. What are you talking about? Someone's had too much to drink. No, but you know what else is crazy? The lovable, adorable Elmo, right? He gets to have those tickle parties with kids, right? I heard his co-host will be Bill Cosby. What the fuck happened with Bill Cosby? Right? America's dad, The Cosby Show. I was a huge fan of The Cosby Show growing up. True story. My favorite part of the show was when he took the fat white kid from across the street and used to bounce him on his knee. Remember? The kid was always like this. It always looked like he was going to fall, but Bill had a real good grab of his underwear. No, but it's crazy. It really is. It's crazy because think about this. He's already out of prison. Mind-boggling. 82 women came out against him, and he's out of prison in less than 16 months. But while he was in jail, I will tell you this, he finally got to eat a Jell-O pudding pop. Fun fact, Jell-O pudding pops taste much different inside prison than they do outside of prison. See, outside of prison they're delicious. Inside of prison they're cream-filled. You're welcome, I'll let that soak in for a bit. It's fun. We have any Italians in the room? Italians? Where are my Italians? Isn't that a beautiful thing? I'm so proud to be Italian. I love being Italian. I think being Italian is the greatest thing in the world, and I'm a fat Italian, so basically I win. That's how that game's played. Yeah. I love it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes with bread, sometimes I just lick it. It's awesome. No, seriously, like, listen, I know whatever heritage you are, you're very proud of where you come from. I'm sure very many of you are very proud. Like, where are my Irish people at? Irish people? I'm sure you guys are all very proud to be white trash and drunk. I'm sure. My Germans, I'm sure you're very proud to be neo-Nazi, anti-Semite, whatever it is. You're very proud. Hail to you, you know. Too soon? All right. Where are my Polacks at? They don't even know. They're like, fuck, I have no idea where I am. Think about how great the Italian heritage is, though, right? Right? Columbus sailed halfway across the world in the wrong direction, still discovered half the universe. It's pretty amazing. The Romans conquered the world. Maybe we killed Jesus. It's one blip on the screen. It's fine. Besides that, we're awesome, right? This is the part of the show where a Jewish guy in the back room was like, "Oi, I thought it was us." No, it was us. It was us. Think about how amazing the Italian artwork is, right? Sistine Chapel, the Colosseum, sort of fucked up on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But that's like northern Italy. They don't count fuck them. They're like Switzerland. Right? We have Michelangelo, Leonardo, the rest of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have all of them. How great is Italian food, right? Oh, it's amazing. How great is the food here tonight, right? Give them a big round of applause for the cooks in the back. Right? Awesome. Italian food is so good you don't even have to finish the word, right? Like Monagot, fuck the T in the I. Calamar, fuck the R in the I. It's not necessary. That's how good Italian food is. Like, Chinese food is good. It's really, really gross. That was racist. That was... But don't worry, Chinese people don't come to comedy shows. They're not here. Look around. You know where they are? They're at the casino gambling. They're folding laundry, doing nails. Thinking of another world pandemic to fuck us all over. You guys can laugh. That's funny. I know. I wrote it. Let it out. Oh, it's crazy. Right? I was raised Roman Catholic. We have any Roman Catholics here? Yeah. The rest of you just Jehovah's Witnesses. That's cool. You know what's weird about being a Jehovah's Witness? Fucking everything. They don't celebrate a goddamn thing. They don't celebrate birthdays, anniversaries. They don't celebrate Mother's Day. What religion doesn't celebrate Mother's Day? It's so bad they can't even listen to Kool in the Gang, right? Because there's no celebration. There, I heard it again. No, but it's great. Like, my father was born in Sicily. My mother's grandparents were born in Sicily. So basically, I'm half black, just from the pants down. This area. No, but in my household, we did the sign of the cross in Latin. We didn't do it in English. So instead of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, it was Nora Padre Fio Spirito Santo, right? Very sexy, just the sign of the cross. When my mom was mad at me, it sounded a little bit different. It was Stu Nuts, Stu Guts, Butano Disgraziato. She basically called me a stupid son of a bitch. My mom hates that joke. She's like, "I never hit you when you were younger." I said, "Mom, there's a loophole in your story." A big one. She's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Technically, you did not hit me, but there are 12 broken wooden spoons in my aspirin tin in the top drawer." Tells a different story. But I don't go to church, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean to upset you if you go. Be happy that you go. It's a great thing. I can't go in. And it's not because of the reasons you think. It's not because I don't believe in mythical creatures. It's because I can't handle the workout. Yeah. Right? Have you been to a Catholic Mass recently? It's like calisthenics by God. It's horrible. The sitting, the kneeling, the standing, the sitting, the standing, the kneeling, right? All of a sudden we're doing a YMCA in church. When the fuck did that happen? I thought those people weren't allowed in church. Come on, that's funny. Halfway through Mass, I'm like, "Somebody get me the cracker or the grape juice, I'm not going to make it." I'm in the back lapping holy water so I don't pass out. Well, you don't want to pass out at church. You might have a priest come up from behind you. Don't worry, I'm way out of his age range. Listen, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. You can follow me on Instagram, The Real John Butera. I'll see you guys after the show. You have an amazing headliner coming up. Let's bring back your host, the amazing, the Boston Guido!